Blessings. Welcome in. I hope everyone is doing well. I am Mel. So before I start with this thread, I just want to set the intention that it is my soul's highest intention that all messages be delivered directly from source. I ask that all messages be delivered with 100% pure light, love, compassion, honesty, truth, integrity, and clarity for the highest good of all. I command that no lower vibrational frequencies be permitted within this space. Only love resides here. And so it is. So I'm just going to jump into a thread that I've been working with this morning. And we'll see where it goes. We'll see what the energy wants to say, what it wants to speak. And we're just going to flow. So I had eagle energy come in, and I work a lot with avian and air energy, and we can equate air energy with mental, and that's a space that I work with a lot, and I recognize that when it comes to the mind, many automatically want to shove it off. They want to equate it to the ego and get out of your minds. Yes, we need our minds, we need our hearts. The idea is bridging the gap, the hemispheres of the brain, bridging the conscious and the subconscious so that you can fly in between those realms, receive information from the subconscious and bring it into conscious awareness. A lot of that, we can use various terms of wanderers, travelers, psychopomps, things like that. However, I want to point out, when working in archetypes, finding what archetypes are very prominent in showing themselves to you. They're your guides, okay? You can see them as your guides. And you'll start to see the more that you can work with an archetypal energy, you will be gifted or granted greater access to the collective unconscious, which is where all of our archetypes are stored, the Akashic records, and you can start interacting with these beings, and they will gift you greater and higher knowledge of understanding of the universe. Now, if we want to look at from cosmic law, universal laws, hermetic laws, it is stated that our universe is mental. People don't like being in the mind, and I get that because our thoughts create our reality. But if we're disowning the mind and only trying to live heart-based and not unifying, connecting those bridges, just like we need to connect our hemispheres of left brain, right brain, from logic and reason, analytical thinking, to a more receptive, fluid, malleable nature that connects us to our psychic realms, to the etheric realms, to the astral. The idea is not to be in one or the other. The idea is to travel in between worlds, recognizing that it's the in-between spaces that gives you the greatest clarity, so where that you can gather information and bring it into your conscious awareness. Whether that's on an individual, whether that's a collective, a planetary, a galactic, cosmic, etc., etc., etc. Making the bridge points, connecting the hemispheres. You're in one realm, but you're in another, and you are constantly in dialogue with this information. and communicating and translating to bring it into matter, so to speak. So I was thinking about, I was being shown eagle medicine, and I was working with soul retrieval. And anyone that knows me, I'm deeply akin to avian air energy. I want to point out that my Mercury is in Pisces. And many astrologists will say that that's considered a detriment, that Mercury in Pisces is a detriment. But if you want to look at it from a different perspective, I've always seen Mercury at the top of the helix. It's the closest to the sun, right? So you can look at it like it's receiving directly full-blown communication from our great central sun. Okay? But it happens to be in Pisces. Pisces is the collective unconscious. It's the full culmination of the zodiac. Everything that has been experienced, everything that has been, is in that space. And it can be illusionary. It can be delusionary. But having the mind within the water of psychic realms gives the greatest ability to tap and expand any possibility. And this is where humans get limited by the mind. We restrict and create structures and say, oh, I'm not willing, like, I want to expand, but I'm not willing to explore. So my Mercury gives me the ability to be very open and just explore whatever is brought into my field. I'm being shown it for a reason, and I trust my universe, and I follow the threads that guide me to make connection points so that I have greater understanding of the universe, of creation, of myself, of the people that I interact with. I'm not limiting and building myself a construct in which I have to live and abide by particular rules, because I'm following the rules of the universe, which in reality, there really aren't any rules. Because when you go beyond this matrixy system, everything's fluid. Quantum physics, all is happening now, happening in the future, happening in the past. It's all happening simultaneously, and it's all quantumly entangled in working with each other and communicating. So it's gifting the mind, and this is where the eagle comes in. The eagle has the highest perspective. It is seen to be a messenger of the gods. It has the closest access point to the Godhead, to the source of all the great intelligence of the mind. So it doesn't need always physical, tangible to be able to interpret the information that the universe is trying to communicate and show oneself. Okay. I do. I love these tangents, and the threads, they kind of just go here and there. And again, anyone that is viewing and you're not fully following, it's okay. A lot of this stuff is very abstract because, again, these are in places and spaces in which, if we're asking and saying, okay, we need to expand our awareness, we need to expand our consciousness. But in our communities, and New Age and spiritual communities, we are limiting. We're not allowing ourselves to fully expand and allow the universe to show us. We put captions and say, well, this is the structure. I got to stay inside this form. Are you really free? No, because you created and you put a box around yourself based off of a belief system that is not allowing you to really follow a thread and allow the universe to show you. I spend most of my time working with the divine and trusting, even though I understand, sometimes the shit just does not make sense. I don't know what to fucking do with it. What am I supposed to do? So I describe it. I make it concrete. These, it's like plucking things out of the ethers that want to come into form in physical matter. I may not make sense of it now, but over time, these pieces start to link together and you start building this map, this great cosmic design. And then it starts to unfold and make more sense. So I think through all of this little tangent is ask yourself, where are you limiting your imagination? Where are you limiting based off of belief systems, based off of modalities, based off of religious views, things like that? The way you grew up, We're only limited by the extent of our imagination. Some people are just brilliant, free thinkers, innovators, because they allow themselves to go there. They allow themselves to go beyond what is fully believed to be capable. And they can see that. That's visionaries. They see something that is just so fucking absurd, but it makes so much sense. And it brings so much light. It brings so much vitality, excitement, and passion to these people because they're not limiting themselves to a particular form or construct of belief. They're allowing their minds to wander and flow in those psychic realms, that fluidity, allowing their subconscious to bring forth information that's usually not, we can't grasp nor hold within this now moment. But we've created spaces and places that hold that energy on a different plane of existence. And the more that we work with those spaces, those worlds that we are creating, eventually we will manifest them into our physical domains. Tangents are tangents, Mel. I always sit there and I want to judge myself afterward, because it just doesn't make sense, but it does. It does at the end of the day. Because these are energies that I work with all the time. And I see the physical manifestations of them. I see the further understanding and the connection points and the nodal points and the way that these things unify in a self-organizing universe. So I think the message was, where are you limiting your mindscape? Where are you limiting your imagination? Where are you limiting where you're allowed, what you can feel? You know what I mean? If we're expanding our consciousness, we can't keep putting limits. We can't keep putting caps. We can't keep saying that this modality is the only way. We have to be willing to go beyond the structures in which we are creating, to create something that is even more broad and expansive, and allowing ourselves to ride the currents of the airwaves. Being open to receive from the divine, being the receiver, yet the transmitter. Willing to explore through trial and error, becoming the alchemist, becoming the mad scientist, with your reality. So I'm going to leave that there. I send you all off with much love and many blessings. I hope everyone has a beautiful, magical day. Every moment gives us the ability to step beyond what we know and see life and creation more clearly. Take care.